Hello, my loves, and welcome to this message. It's good to see you. And if you're new here, welcome. I always like to give a little heads up before I jump into my readings. They are quite unique. They might not be what you're used to from other readers. I like to compare them with a journey. And yeah, well, if you like to dive deep, if you like to get to the core of things, you're in the right place. Yeah. I am back on the road. Yes, right now I'm in a hotel room, and what you can see is my suitcase. And this is what this reading is about. Yeah, Spirit has its way of giving me hints and cues what the topic of a reading is, and they were insisting on filming on my suitcase. So, for someone, there, might be either an upcoming journey or you're thinking about taking a journey. And this time, it seems to be very, very literal, like not just the image of we are taking a journey. I mean, we're all on a journey; it's our life's journey, right? But this might be the journey of your life. I hear. Maybe it's the most exciting journey you've ever taken. Maybe it's the first big journey you're taking. Or this journey could change your life. It doesn't even have to be like big in a sense of, big in a sense of like, I don't know, a great distance, or maybe it is. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. Although it's not just a journey you take to the village, like 3 kilometers or miles away from the place you live. Like it is a journey, a proper journey. And it seems to be a kind of journey that you've been thinking about a lot, and maybe, so either it is, okay, I'm getting a few different things. It's either like you have been thinking heavily about this, in a sense of like you've already crossed oceans just in your mind, or you've been thinking about this for a very, very long time. And I mean, like both could be true. But yeah, so there's either like a great sense of intensity, and it could be that you've only been thinking about this for, I don't know, maybe a few. It doesn't really matter actually. Like it's more about the intensity, or you've been doing this for a very long time. So these are the two different, two signs this is or is not for you. So there is a guide here, and I mean, it doesn't have to be the only guide that is speaking here, but it seems to be some kind of childhood friend that someone had. It's a very friendly being. It looks a bit like a friendly monster, and I'm sorry, I hope I don't offend this being. No, they're just laughing. It just like it has a huge mouth. It's just it almost looks like a children's drawing, like something a child would draw, and then like say, "Oh, that's my best friend now." And okay, so I get a whole story here about like someone like making up stories with their childhood friend and thinking about all the great adventures they'll have, and just like making them up in your mind. And it seems like this childhood friend of yours, this being, wants to remind you of that. Like what were the dreams you had? What were you dreaming about? What was that Yeah, I see all kinds of different. I see mountains. I see the beach. I see a fisher boat, snorkeling under the sea. And it's like always you and that being, like that friendly childhood friend, imaginary friend. Although the imaginary, we can, you know, I'm talking to those kind of beings all the time. So are they really imaginary? I don't know. Um, that's what the grown-ups say. Yeah, right. That's what the grown-ups say. Anyways, like you've been together. It's like it's going on a journey with a good friend. And maybe that is, it doesn't have to be that child, like that you really had this imaginary childhood friend, but maybe you're taking a journey with a friend, and it's the kind of journey like you've always dreamed about, or you've always wanted. So that was very specific, but it could resonate in different ways. Like I do get like the sense of the topic of friendship is very important here. And taking that journey with someone that you, like as a child, this is the kind of connection you would have dreamt about. So yeah, with the Fear of Wands, I got fear. Sorry, 4. Fear is the German word for 4. So there's something about foreign languages as well. Maybe you started to learn a foreign language and now you're kind of mixing up the words. Or you're nervous about when you go there and like, will they understand me? How will I get around? Like there's a lot, I do feel a bit of nervousness, but at the same time, there's this celebratory energy. With the Moon card here, it's like there are a lot of unknowns. There are a lot of unknowns that you have to face right now. But yeah, I feel like this is meant to be a very like your guides are trying to give you courage and say like, take heart, like it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And it's normal that you're nervous. I always feel like I've been traveling a lot over my life, like over the course of my life, and also lately I've been doing it a lot again. And when I first started traveling again, I've been so nervous. And I chose a country that I was very familiar with already. I went to Italy. So I've lived in Italy before. I've been there since childhood many times. Like I do speak a bit of Italian, so I am kind of like already familiar with the culture, and I was still nervous. It is so normal because you just never know what is going to happen, and especially if you're traveling on your own. It's not about not being nervous. It's about doing it anyways. And if you like go inside of those, like going into those situations where, like you walk into a bar, like a crowded bar full of Italians, all like shouting and just, like ordering breakfast and it's busy and crowded. Like for me, that's a very overwhelming situation. And sometimes I like the thing I wanted to do was to just turn around and walk outside again and just don't eat anything. But then usually like someone spotted me and just like started talking to me, and very often they would, like when they realized that my Italian wasn't that great, they would just start speaking English with me, for example. So they are quite accommodating, and every time I did that, and every time I just I don't want to say forced myself into those situations, but just, just told myself, okay, what is the worst thing that could happen is that I do have a bit of an uncomfortable conversation with the barista in an Italian bar. So I will get my coffee in the end. I will get my breakfast somehow, and it'll be all right. And with each time you do that, it gets easier. It gets easier. So I don't know. I just felt called to share that. It seems like someone is a bit nervous about taking that journey, and that's okay. That's all right. That's completely normal. Yeah, with the 10 of coins, there is this sense of so there's something about home coming through, like this home energy. The interesting thing is, because at first I thought maybe it is like this feeling of, oh, can I leave home? But like, or maybe that you feel hesitant to leave home. But actually, you know what? You know how this is hitting me right now? That maybe you never felt quite at home where you live or where you are right now. And this could be people related. This could be like the land itself. Or maybe you felt at home there for the longest time, but then suddenly, because you changed, and then you suddenly realize, wow, somehow I don't really fit here anymore. So there is something coming through about there is a place out there that is more fitting for your energy. So now those two doors are kind of speaking to me. So there's something about walking through that door, taking that journey, walking through that forest, through that dark valley of the Moon card. And now I see someone stepping through that door, coming out here, and just, seeing the night sky over your head. And so this is almost like a future vision, like you're stepping out of your house, out of your front door, in that new place that you found, and then you just step outside and you gaze up to the stars, and you feel like, wow. And then you remember that moment when you took a chance and you stepped through that door, and you took a chance on yourself. Champion of Swords in reverse. So right now, this eye, the sword with the eye, is speaking to me. So there's a sense of overthinking here. What is that? It's quite interesting. Every time when this card comes out for like those public readings here, the Champion of Swords each time trips me up. Every time. And I just have a hard time getting the message out of it. And every time I get into this doubtful energy, and there's almost like a blockage. It's almost like the information is blocked from me. And I'm just getting like random thoughts, random things. And I'm like, should I talk about this? Should I talk about this? Should I talk about this? And I'm talking about this not just because I'm complaining and telling you that I'm a bad reader. That's not the case. If you're new here, when I'm doing that, it's my way of dissecting the energy. I'm dissecting because when something like this continuously happens, it always means there's something in there. So there's something about you're receiving a kind of block, or like you're like you want to move forward, you want to do something, and every time So there is like a repeating pattern, some kind of maybe even deja vus, but there's some kind of repeating. Will you please just stay? Repeating pattern, or situations, similar situations, and you somehow you're tripping over them. You're overthinking something, or maybe you're too quick, like making decisions too hastily, or trying to push what is not ready yet. So, okay, again, like there seems to be something presenting in itself with those repeating situations. And it's almost as if the universe was giving you an opportunity to do something different this time. And it's like, will you get it this time? Like, will you get the message this time? Will you get the lesson this time? And it's not like it's not meant to sound like a test or anything. That's not what it is. It's more like, okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again. But it can feel like you're almost like in a never-ending story, like in a repetitive cycle. Oh, okay. So like the life you're really leading right now, there seems to be some kind of almost like, what is it called? Hedgehog Day? That movie from the 90s with Bill Murray where he is like working for a TV station and is going to that little village for Hedgehog Day, and then he just wakes up every morning, and he has every morning it starts with the same song on the radio, and every day is Hedgehog Day, and he's just stuck until he finally learns his lesson. And so your lesson is somehow related to that door. It has something to do with stepping through that door. So, okay, what your guides here want to tell you is that it's not just about taking a journey. It's not just about, packing your bags and going to Italy or wherever you want to go. It's really about like, this is so much more than just taking a holiday or like a journey or like traveling, whatever your plans are. Maybe this is not holiday, like vacation related at all. Maybe this is a job. Maybe this is for a job. Maybe this is for a job interview. I get something about like projects and interesting projects that you could work on. There's something you need to just, again, like take a chance on you. Bet on yourself. Here, bet on yourself for once. And so, yeah, there's so much more with this. Something is coming back around over and over again. And I want to share something else because I've been dealing with something similar lately, and I could tell that I was having deja vu, and I was also having repetitive situations with close family members, and even like dreams, like matching dreams and stuff. And so that was where I could tell that I was like, okay, something is trying to get my attention here, or something is kind of like I said, repeating itself. And it helped me see, because it was, I don't want to give up too many details here, but like that there was some kind of energy that was in relation to that family member, where I could suddenly draw a straight line to a certain topic. And I was like, oh, okay, I cannot go back in this old behavior, and I have to break out of it, as hard as it is, because otherwise I will be stuck in those old cycles over and over and over again, and I just need to break out of it. So yeah, you might be experiencing something similar. Sorry. With the 7 of Vessels, okay, throat chakra related. So you might have a bunch of ideas and they might feel a bit ungrounded. Now I'm drawn to that eagle that is like turned on its head, and you could almost view it as like it's swirling around like in the air, and it doesn't really have things under control. And there is a bit of an ungrounded energy here with all those ideas. I hear too many ideas in your head. Like, there's a song. It's hard to be that with so many ideas in your head. And actually, like, I think the song is about a ghost that is like keeps coming down to earth because it just cannot. Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. So your soul comes back over and over and over again because there's something it wants to achieve. There's something it wants to get right this time. And there's like a really, really strong creative energy here. And there's something that it wants to create. But you can't because you get tripped up over and over again in the same cycle. And so right now, your guides, they really want to help you to get out of this, whatever it is that is keeping you stuck, like this deja vu kind of, this repetitive life pattern. And this journey is supposed to help you with that. There is something about distance. There is just, the need to get some distance between you and whatever it is that is keeping you in this energy. And so there seem to be, maybe some of you have like a million ideas what they could do or where they could go. They are cards, but for a moment they just looked like tickets to me. So there was something like coming through, like, actually, it doesn't really matter where you go. Just buy the goddamn ticket. Any ticket, really. It's not important where you go. It's really about oh wow. Okay. TikTok and peace in reverse. I always hate to give out messages of urgency because I'm not a fan of that kind of energy, and I do believe that so what this is speaking to me, this is not really giving me an energy of, if you don't do this now, it'll, you will mess up your life. No, this is obviously not true. The good thing about cycles is that they come around. Like, they come around over and over and over again, and you get another chance. So, yeah. But what this is speaking to me about is that, for one, right now we are in a really, really, really powerful time. So right now, there is the chance for you to, if you do make certain decisions, that they can lead you forward in a way that otherwise would take you a whole lot more time. This is just eclipse energy. I mean, this is timeless. Whenever it finds you, it's timeless. But the moment we're in right now is eclipse. Today actually is the solar eclipse in Leo. But it could be anything. Like when you find this message, it could be any kind of astrological or just like personal circumstances that you are in. So yeah, just as a note here, as a side note. So it seems like you're like right now there's a time where you actually like could make use of something that could help you propel this whole thing forward. And there's something about that your soul or your highest self and your guides, they are trying to help you find peace. But in order for you to do that, you have to jump. And this looks to me right now like a, I know that it's not, but like a parachute, like when you jump out of a plane and you just know, okay, there's a parachute, I think it's called. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. At first it feels like falling, but then I will like, it'll catch me. It'll catch me. And now I see the 13, the death for rebirth number. Is it a 13? Yes, it is. So when you're stepping onto this journey, this is like like you will be completely reborn. You will find yourself in ways you've never seen yourself before. And this even might be like it. Yes, it will be disturbing your peace. But the kind of peace that you're experiencing right now is actually not really peace. It is. It feels like stagnancy, like I said, like being kept in that cycle. It's just a comfort zone. It's simply a comfort zone. That one came flying out. Yeah, confirmation, never-ending story. Never-ending story. So, and like with this time energy, it is like it's starting over and over again, like the arm of the clock. It's just going in cycles forever. The only thing that will change that is if you actually do something about it. So, one last card. Yeah, the tarot, okay. One last card. The Keeper of Vessels in reverse, which is the Queen of Cups. So what I'm seeing right now here is like, this is your heart and there are those different chords going out, and it looks like there's a whole lot of energy going out of your core somewhere else. And now I see like a video that gets rewind and it's just running backwards now. And now all this energy that came out is coming back in. Okay, so this is getting a bit trippy now. Like there's something about turning back time, going back to square one, going back to the beginning. So this is for someone, like you're asked to go back to the beginning, whatever that means. I'm not sure. Oh, the beginning of the story, the never-ending story. Going back to the beginning and see where did it all begin. Oh, okay. If you go on that journey, you will discover things about yourself and the circumstances you're in. I feel like it feels very familial. Like it feels a lot like ancestry, about your family, your upbringing. And you will find things, you will find out something about your roots, something about where it all began. You will get insights that will help you to break that cycle. Yeah, this is where you find the key. So again, it is not really about where that journey is going. The important thing is that you're taking the journey, and it doesn't really matter where you're going. All right, my loves, that's it. That's it for this reading. That sounds very exciting and powerful. Yeah, as always, I would love to hear from you if it resonated, what your thoughts are, and yeah, if you like this kind of content, if you want to support the channel, then you can do that by liking it, commenting on it, subscribing, or you will also find a Buy Me Coffee link in the description. And yeah, I will wrap this up now. I love you so much. I'm excited for you, and I'm curious to hear where your journey will lead you. I hope to see you in the next video, and until then, I wish you all the best and take care. Bye, my loves.